profit with Nick Black. It's time to chit chat. You know nothing about blockchain. We here to fix that. You want the news on them new stocks? This where you get that. So go and grab you a nice chair. It's time to sit back and talk to profit. Hey, hey, you talking to the prophet. Hey, hey. We talking condos and nice clothes and driving Lambos. I remember them night codes, we couldn't stand those. We tried to drive on them high roads, but had to stay low. Now there's solutions to hard bills we couldn't pay for. I talked to profit to get some profit, we couldn't change the top. If it's a stock and I need to cop it, I wait for him to drop it. Ain't no option, let's get it popping. We chilling in the drop. I need some crypto, put it in my pocket. By any means I rock. This is the profit with Nick Black. It's time to chit chat. You know nothing about blockchain, we here to fix that. You want the news on them new stocks, this where you get that. So go and grab you a nice chair. It's time to sit back and talk to profit. Hey, hey, you talking to the prophet. Hey, hey, you talking to the prophet.
Okay, I think I got it. What's going on? Who do we got? Let's look over on Theta first. Scorpion, Viverlo, CC Brown, Spirella, Gordon Bennett. What up? And then let's look. Why is my mic low? I will make adjustments. Too sweet. Oh God, we had a little snafu. One of the people that came on before me yesterday on one of the shows left his mic live. So every time I said something, I heard it go beep, 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 like 5 times the echo. Oh, that was a kick in the newts. But not on this one. On this one, we have total control. Let's see. Antonio, Biotech Breakout. What's up? Stress Relief. Crypto Gamer 420. Good to see everyone. Hope everyone did good over the weekend. Let me see. We got Antonio first in the gate. What's up? Boom. And then, so here's what you do. If you guys are on YouTube, Twitch, let's see, YouTube, Twitch, Periscope, or Facebook, and you put a comment in the morning, like as we start, you want to comment, as long as it's not pornographic, as long as it's not obviously pornographic, I will just show it. And that'll be your little, it's like you're saying hello to everyone. Joe, Michael, Nara, Biotech Breakout, Elapol, Barno, Patrick, Timothy. What's up? Oh, we had a little skippage there. Let me say, Todd, Fuilu, Perodis. I don't know if I got that right. I'm not sure if I got that right, but maybe I did. Demayan, Johnny, back in Malibu. How about that? All right. Scott, what's going on? Suze. I'm not going to lie, the song is let's see. Michael Murphy, Cross the Pond, Land Deals. Suze in Denver. There was another T-Mobile. Yeah, they lost 100 million data on 100 million accounts. Whoops. How many of those people you think will get SIM swapped? Lots. So many. Adam, Bitcoin Candy. What's up, Adam? We got to get Adam back on to talk about, we're going to talk Crypto Gamer. We're going to talk about audio. Also, Grims, good to see you. And there was one more. I missed it. Yeah, I will tell you guys, I get a lot of things right, but I took profit right before the announcement. When I say right before, I mean about 2 hours before I took profit. Now, don't cry for me, Argentina. I was up 70% on plus the staking. So I was up 70%, just pure 70. Well, let's see, 74 cents on 97 cents. So about 76%. I said, you know what? I'm going to take my original investment out. So I exited my original position on Audius. And by the time the swap was done on 1 inch, I got a text. Hey, did you see the TikTok announcement for Audius? No, I didn't. And then I looked. They haven't said crap in months. In 7 months, they haven't said anything worth anything. It is what it is. You can't listen. When we get mad at a 70% win, now, to be fair, I also left. So my profit in the position, I left. So I took out my original investment. I still have a pretty not bad position, but it's not what it was before. I took out about 2/3, a little bit less than 2/3. So, if you have T-Mobile, what should you do? All right, this is a good question. Matter of fact, that's such a good question that we're going to attack it the second we get back. Let's do our commercial, non-commercial break. What's up? And then when we get back, let's talk about the T-Mobile thing, because that's probably a little bit more prescient than the fact that I didn't book as big a profit as I could have because of an announcement that there's no way I could have known about, because none of us can know everything all the time. It is what it is. This is crypto. It happens so fast. Anyway, let's go to our commercial, non-commercial break. When we get back, I'm going to give everybody a little game plan. If you are with T-Mobile, some steps you can take to protect yourself. So I will see you in un momentito. So if you're one of the people that is on T-Mobile, then you probably heard about the hack / disclosure / whatever that just happened. It's not good. It is in fact bad. It makes you a target for SIM swaps and all sorts of other nefarious stuff. So how do you deal with it? Well, game plan. So, and I would say, by the way, anybody that does have T-Mobile accounts, don't tell anybody that you do until you get all your stuff sorted. But for those of you that are with T-Mobile, the first thing you do is you immediately go and you leave T-Mobile. This seems pretty simple, but before you do that, the issue is SIM swap. So people get enough data on your account, they go in and they just basically say, "Oh, that's me. I'm Bob Smith. I want to go ahead and switch my account." So what you have to do is if you really want to do it right, you brick your phone. You go into T-Mobile, physically in there, and you brick your account right now. Like, you don't keep watching this show. You stop everything you're doing, unless you have an amount of currency units that you don't care about losing. You go into a T-Mobile and you brick your phone, you brick your account, and you open a new account. Pick your poison, AT&T or something like that. But what I would say is I would get off of T-Mobile. You want to get away from there so that if you just start a new account, someone could still SIM swap you. Bricking it only buys you a little time, because then they'll say, "Oh yeah, I switched my phone," and blah, blah, blah. No, you need to leave that network. You need to leave T-Mobile. It's going to be frustrating. It's going to suck real bad, but I would do that. Now, the order of events would be go brick my phone right now. But probably before I do that, I'm going to go brick every one of my crypto accounts. I'm going to assume if you treat this as you've already been SIM swapped, one, it'd be good training. Two, just be careful. So go look at all your accounts. Look at any exposure. So if your phone hasn't been swapped yet, if you have notes, if you have PDFs, if you've ever screen captured your passphrases, any of that kind of really bad behavior, you dump it. You clean it before anything else happens. So you can go into your phone, look at your notes. Do you ever put any crypto stuff in your notes? Get rid of all of it. What you might do is make a hard copy of your notes, like go print out your notes. Don't email them to yourself, because if they compromise your phone, they've compromised your email. start changing all of your passwords right now and don't record those passwords, right? So you want to make a list of things. You have exchanges, you have email, you have other private accounts, things like that. Anything that requires passwords. So now it's time to go change passwords. That'll buy you some time. So you could do this in order, probably. Change passwords is the easiest thing you can do this second. You go change your password on your email and you don't expose it to electronic devices. You literally change the password to something only you know right now this second, and you don't record it on the phone. So do everything you're doing from a PC, not your phone or a laptop, whatever. Change your email passwords, change your exchange passwords, Coinbase Pro, Kraken, KuCoin, go down the list, change them all, change your login credentials for MetaMask, for whatever. It's just go and do all this stuff now. And then that's going to buy you some time. Any of your crypto accounts that you can freeze, like Coinbase, you can freeze. You can say, hey, there was an exposure of a bunch of passwords, blah, blah, blah. I want to break my account for a week or 48 days or whatever, or 2 days. If you want to. Most of you won't go that deep with it, but definitely change all your passwords and then go leave T-Mobile. That's it. That's the easiest thing. Change your passwords right now, email and all of your exchange accounts first and foremost, and then go and change your phone. You brick the phone, then you cancel the service, right? Because if someone else is across the country trying to pull a scam on you, trying to pretend they're you, if you brick the phone and you're there in person, okay? Another thing people have been doing is saying, hey, don't make any changes to my account unless I'm there in person. The problem is if someone's impersonating you, which is very easy to socially engineer somebody. That's what they did to me. It cost me a lot of money. Don't you throw away this money. So anyway, it's better to deal with a SIM swap before you get SIM swapped. So there. Okay. Let me answer this question before we get started because, questions are important. Good morning. Question. So is your opinion is to move Fetch to Coinbase Pro before the mainnet launch? Explain why if I'm correct. Yes. You have Fetch on KuCoin. Okay. So here's why I would put it on Coinbase Pro. I would put it on Coinbase Pro because Coinbase Pro is the most liquid of the Fetch markets. And if there's a big bump with the mainnet swap, you might be able to do some arbitrage. 2, they're going to be the ones that are going to swap the token most efficiently because Coinbase is the biggest right now of these exchanges that are dealing with Fetch. So they'll probably be the most efficient at getting the new token rolled out. I wouldn't do the crap that they're having you do at Fetch where you go open a Cosmos Station wallet, port over, put Fetch on your MetaMask wallet, then take your MetaMask and give the private keys to another wallet. No, that is stupid. I was talking to one of the mods about this. He's like, yeah, just put your private keys in the new wallet and it'll port over the stuff from MetaMask. I go, what happens if there's a gap somewhere in between and you expose my private keys? I'm just handing them to a rando wallet. They're like, yeah, but it's safe. I go, why is it safe? It's beta. Nothing's safe in beta. Nothing's ever really safe. So no, you never expose your private keys ever. Okay, Sylvia, for those of you staking Fetch, here's what you do. I'm staking Fetch. You wait till staking is done. Why? Because you're earning atomics right now for free. Well, not for free. You're staking, right? You're providing support and therefore so let them, they're going to take those tokens will be mainnet tokens. So they will do the token transition. Then all you have to do is simply open up a new wallet, a Fetch mainnet wallet, unstake, send your tokens over and restake. That's going to be much easier. What's up with Nick and chat? I don't know. What's up? Oh, you mean what's up like hello? I thought you meant like there's a problem. Hey, Jasnock, what's up? Joe Pirate, Solid Gold, what up? Yeah, so that's what I would do. I would continue to stake, wait, and then at the end of it, which is here in a few days, maybe 10 to 12 days, because in September they go live. But you might as well, as everybody else is bailing, you're going to be collecting a higher and higher amount of these Atomics tokens. And while Atomics only trades for about $1 right now, it traded as high as $4.50. So if you think about that, if you're getting some free Atomics tokens, you were getting MetalX for free. It's popped back up to $4. Hopefully it keeps climbing back up to somewhere. But anyway, these tokens, it's cool. There's a lot of stuff going on. The AI space right now, underneath the surface, under the waters, all sorts of cool stuff's going on. Fetch is on KuCoin, yeah. It's just not, it's not a super liquid market. Like I actually bought more Fetch yesterday. You stake Fetch directly with Fetch, but don't do it right now. Wait, let them get through the mainnet rollout. It's a Cosmos-based token. That's why you can go through Cosmos Station to get it, but I wouldn't mess with it. I hope you can roll. You'll be able to roll your stake into your mainnet wallet by unstaking and restaking. So if you have a wallet already set up, you should be good to go. Solid. You should be solid. Anyway, so let's go take a look at the prices. Let's see what's going on with the market. And let's say mainnet will convert on KuCoin. I'm sure all of the exchanges should convert the tokens, but there's going to be a freeze period. And I imagine that if anybody's going to get it right, it's going to be Coinbase Pro. So, okay. So Solid Gold, you're already staking through Cosmos Station on the test net of the mainnet or whatever. Yeah, I wasn't going to mess with that because the mods and the admins in the Fetch group, they didn't seem to have a good grasp on what was going on. I felt very uncomfortable doing what they said because when there were things that they couldn't explain, they were just like, yeah, give it a try. No, bro, I'm not going to give anything a try when it comes to crypto. I'm not going to give it a try. What I'll do is just park my stuff over on Coinbase Pro and wait. So, and I'm surprised Coinbase Pro is not going to participate in staking. I'm surprised they haven't rolled out staking for Cardano unless they're waiting for smart contracts here in a few days. Anyway, it is what it is. So there you go. Let's take a look at prices. Let's see what's going on. I bought some Fetch yesterday. So I took my original investment out of Audius. I left my profit. And yes, I got kicked in the nuts because it wasn't like 2 hours later they made the announcement. We're going to talk about that little deal with TikTok. Does it mean, what does it mean? Who knows? Does it mean anything super amazing? I'm not sure if it means anything. I'm not sure if it really adds 1 penny to the value, but people seem to like it and it's very exciting and it's at least eyeballs. And if you get the TikTok community excited about a project, well, then here comes Pumple Stillskin. Pumple. I was going to go somewhere real dirty with that. Patsy asks, is anyone having issues claiming ADA staking rewards through the Atomic wallet? Patsy, why would you use the Atomic wallet? When you can just go directly with Cardano and use Daedalus. Guys, gals, pronouns undisclosed. If you have a mainnet and they have staking directly through their mainnet, directly through their platform, or they have some suggested use case, use that. Quit trying to streamline the process. Quit using all these offshoot wallets. If someone compromises the wallet, all of your crap is gone. You're just like, well, I get my private keys. How do you know you're the only one that sees that stuff? Every one of these platforms, there seems to be backdoors, little windows into the, you don't know. Oh, I have them. Yeah, but you might not be the only one that has your private keys. Don't just assume. Get off of these offshoots, the Voyager, the Atomic wallet, all of this bullcrap. Stake with the mainnet if you can. Daedalus, if you have Cardano, stake it with Daedalus. Daedalus. It's clean and you have it. And the whole thing is, and yes, I understand you've had no issues, but how many issues do you have to have? So let me give an example. You have no issues, and then on day 6 months, on day 177, which I believe is 6 months and 1 day, you only have one issue, and that one issue is that they stole all of your stuff, that everything's gone. Would you say that was an issue you'd rather avoid, or is that a speed bump? No. So get your assets off of these derivative wallets. Do not be lazy. Patsy, it's a quick decision. What is a quick decision in crypto? Dangerous. Don't make dangerous. This is your money. Think of all of the time you spent earning these currency units that you just traded for crypto. Yes? You spent all that time and then you gave it away. All of those hours, poof, gone. Not only that, all of those hours compounded by what the value of the assets are. You have to upgrade the node because they make security enhancements. You always update everything. Each time it took me hours. Maybe it might be your computer. It's probably not your computer as much as it is your internet connection, Patsy. That's more likely your download speed with your internet connection. So I would check that. Anyway, I'm not a software dude and I'm not a computer tech dude. I'm a making money dude. Professor XRP in the house. What's up? And let's see. Someone wants us to become famous. Who here wants to be famous? God, I know I do. That's all I care about at night. I just wait for the fame. So don't use peripheral wallets. How about that? MBIS, what's up? Okay. Now we'll get to prices. Let's talk about it. The Bitcoin sold off a little bit. It's down 1%. Big deal, 1%. It's pretty flat for the week, but it made a big move. It was about 48. Sunday night, it was pushing 48. And I just got, and another reason I took profit on Audius is it had been under $1 for quite a while, and I had been watching it. And when it finally started to march again, I said, you know what? I don't like being underwater. I don't know if I believe in it the way I used to believe in it. Of course, this is pre-TikTok, right? But I just didn't know if I believed anymore. So I said, you know what? I'm going to go through all of my assets. We've had 3 weeks of straight green. This to me feels a little toppy. I'm just going to skim a little bit, right? Back to my friend to the end Bitcoin. And then I'm going to sell some options against that Bitcoin. So I sold some weeklies against Bitcoin. I think I sold the 52Ks and they're worth dust now. So that's good. So there's a little free money. Not really free. I took a risk, right? Anyway, Ethereum's down 1%. So look, our baseline is 1%. So Ethereum's down 0.3. Cardano's down about 3%, but it's up 31 on the week. We'll forgive these little vacillations. 74% on the month. Yeah, this is, don't mess with Cardano as it's approaching. Don't mess with Cardano as it's approaching smart contract release. You would be picking up nickels in front of a cement mixer. The Polkadot was up to $27 earlier. So that's not bad. It's starting to climb again. It's starting to get up there. My guess is this thing sees 50 before it sees 12. So we'll see. It's up to 2.4 on the day, so we'll give it 3.5. 21 on the week, 102 on the month. Pretty good month for the Polkadot. People that lost faith in Polkadot I don't know if they understand that it's one of the big three: Ethereum, Cardano, Polkadot. Oh, by the way, little Ethereum factoid: the biggest staker, the biggest staker of Ethereum is the 2.0 contract. Basically, people staking into 2.0, and so it's I forget which company it is, but anyway, there's now more Ethereum held in the staking contract than not, which is incredibly risky, is incredibly awful for price performance, because it's not like they've taken it and parked it in private wallets. When you stake in the Ethereum 2.0 contract, that Ethereum you don't get it back until Ethereum 2.0 launches or doesn't launch. You guys see the issue there, right? Like you've walked off a plank. There is no coming back. You just burned the bridge behind you. So good luck, bros. So Polkadot good. Matic down a little bit, but it's up again 27% and 78% respectively on the week and month. So it's having a pretty good time. It's down 3%, so we'll give it down 2.5% because one of it's Bitcoin. VeChain's given up some of its gains that it probably shouldn't have had anyway. It's up 21% and 95 respectively. I don't know about VeChain. I know the price is good. It's probably it's starting to look like something you trade, less and less like an investment, more like a trade. Theta is marching, had a 75%. You see these numbers on the monthly? These numbers are not very comfortable to me. I think things have gone too far too quick. Let's look at some of these other ridiculous numbers. Theta 75%, Filecoin 56%, considering what everything else did. If you back out Bitcoin's move, let's see, Bitcoin's up 40, let's call it 46%. So if you back out the 46%, you get a truer number. Cosmos is performing pretty well, and it seems to be bucking. Now, Fetch, right? Their main net's built on Cosmos. Kind of interesting, right? So keep that in mind. If AI catches a big bid, then there's a possibility that Cosmos catches a bid. They're doing some cool stuff. They just don't have they just have very poor marketing. But compare them to the rest of the smart contract platforms. Kind of a tiny market cap, less than 4 billion. Look at Near, about 1.6 billion, not about, it's 1.6 billion. It's up 100 on the month. It's up 12 on the day. Call it 13 if you factor Bitcoin. 34 on the week. I mean, it's kind of starting to move. So is there meat on the bone? I think so. You telling me that Near can't catch Cosmos? Can't catch freaking V-Chain? Come on, man. Anyway, we'll see. Some other notables, Graph tokens starting to move again. Most will stake ETH and CFI since 2.0's lockup period. Well, no, Jared, most have already staked Ethereum in 2.0. That's what I'm telling you. They've already done it. It's not like they will or they won't. They did. Done. Happened. Finito. It's there. There's more Ethereum staked than not. It's staked. There's no going back. Let's see. Nexo. Nexo's not been performing great, to be honest with you. I think people are bouncing back and forth. I think Celsius is stealing a lot of Nexo clients because the lending rates on Nexo are not as interesting, and the return rates on Nexo are not as interesting as Celsius. However, Celsius is incredibly risky because they make loans to profligate borrowers. They make loans to gamblers. So I don't know, man. But anyway, it's a pure utility token. I like it. Am I going to add? Not here. I would add below $1.50 and hold. But I've gotten to the point where, because my other assets have gone up, there's no way I'm going to catch up and get 10% of the account. I'm not holding 10% of that account in Nexo tokens. That doesn't make sense to me. For an extra point, you're going to have to incentivize it. And when they changed the lending structure, and they basically went up a little bit, they made it less enticing to hold Nexo. It is what it is. You see the results of what they did. See, that's actual fiscal policy, because the market responds, unlike the Federal Reserve, and what they do is nonsensical gobbledygook. OGN, it's given up a little bit of the gains, but it didn't run as hard. Flow, all green. AR Weave, given up a hair, but not much. It's still over 20, which is good for that. It's up 133. It's moved too far too fast, my feeling. Any of these that are up over 100% on the month, whoa, whoa, whoa. Josify News, good to see you. Hoop and Tony, good to see you. Tiffany, also good to see you. Let me see. There was somebody. Oh, yeah. Ajidharma. Hello, hello. All right, let's keep going. Telcoin, don't really care. It's not doing nothing. Rune, $9. Why is that interesting? I mean, it was $3. It's up 113%. It was $3 and change a month ago, man. Less than that. Why? Because it got gutted after the little pilfering event, the quasi hack, quasi flash loan, quasi. Listen, DeFi is gross right now. It's unaudited code written by junior developers. And there's a lot of problems with the way liquidity pools are managed. And liquidity pools that are illiquid get gutted. So you get what you get. Why do I like Rune? I like interoperability, and I like cross-chain interoperability and cross-protocol interoperability. I think Rune will be fine. I don't have a massive position in it, but I do have a position in it. It belongs in that sector of protocol layer assets. And then there's Audius. Son of a bee. Still has a tiny market cap. So 600, any of these projects that get a decent bid can get over $1 billion, any of them. So is there still a double left in audio just from the TikTok army? Probably. Let's look at the daily, weekly, monthly. 81% on the daily. It was over 100 earlier. It was like $3.50. 116% on the weekly. 189% on the monthly. You could look at that and say it's time to slim back. Well, I did, but I just missed that 81%. It is what it is. Don't cry for me, Argentina. Let's go to the news on that one real quick. Oh, by the way, real quick, 1inch. 1inch is porting. They're using Optimism now, so they ported over to the scaling solution for Ethereum. Optimism. Is this a big deal? I think it is a bigger deal than people realize. So we will see. I am excited about 1inch. I am not selling 1inch. I'm not taking profit in 1inch. I'm not nothinging 1inch. I actually have some belief that 1inch is going to start to gain favor. I've used the web app. It's real easy to use. And they refund you 50% of your Ethereum fees when you swap. So when you see these stupid fees and you go, man, screw this, do the same swap in 1inch, 50% of your fees are returned to you. Yeah. Bam. So I like 1inch a lot. I like using the app a lot. They have a phone. I mean, 1inch is just easy to use. You just link your MetaMask, like you just sign a transaction, which costs nothing. Boom, you're linked. And then you do the same swaps through 1inch and they refund you. So the Ethereum fees get cut in half by using 1inch. If there is not a better reason to use 1inch, I am not sure what it is. I was like, couldn't at least call it 6inch. No, 1inch is being honest about it. This is 6 inches, right? All right. Okay. So let's go and take a look. Oh, it's interesting. Fetch is up pretty good. Yep. Okay. Let's go look at the news on audio. It's worth talking. Oh, no. Since I mentioned 1inch, let me talk about it. 1inch announces deployment on Optimism's Layer 2 solution. 1inch indicated that its launch on the Optimism Ethereum network, optimistic Ethereum network, will lead to faster confirmation times and lower fees. Decentralized exchange aggregator 1inch, not 6inch, has announced its deployment on the optimistic Ethereum or OE mainnet, highlighting a considerable reduction in user transaction fees and confirmation delays. Sergey Kuhns, co-founder of the 1inch network, stated the 1inch launch on Optimistic will facilitate a dramatic increase in transaction speed. While deposits utilizing the OE network are set to be created almost instantaneously, withdrawals are requiring a waiting period of 7 days. These wait times are expected to improve in the future when fast withdrawal service is enabled. So obviously 7 days is not super exciting. But anyway, at the time of the launch, OE Network will only be able to handle 0.6 transactions per second. However, the team expects to progressively increase transaction speeds after testing and optimizing the infrastructure. The update will be compatible with most Ethereum wallets, including MetaMask and Wallet Connect. Optimistic Ethereum is a layer 2 scalability solution developed by the Optimism team. And the problem is there is an inherent issue that has more to do with Ethereum than it does with this has nothing to do with 1inch. 1inch is already dope before Optimistic rollups. Vitalik was starting to say that, oh, well, as long as we get Optimism, we may not even need Ethereum 2.0. I don't know if people caught that. They're like, oh, cool. Wait, what? What did he just say? Did he just say that they might not need Ethereum 2.0 because Optimistic rollups would solve that? No, bro. That's bad math, homie. When you hear the head developer, the dude, the main man, the big kahuna, big cheese, the head honcho, saying that they'll just leverage some layer 2 solution rather than doing what they're supposed to have done 5 years ago. Me no likey. Anyway, Optimistic Ethereum is a layer 2 scalability solution developed by the Optimism team. The team is a public benefit corporation that researches scalability solutions on the Ethereum network. It's very specific what they're doing. The OE solution itself is an EVM compatible, that's Ethereum virtual machine compatible optimistic roll-up chain. 1inch is not the only exchange to integrate Optimism's layer 2 solution. On July 13th, Uniswap deployed the alpha version of its V3 exchange in on the same optimistic Ethereum mainnet. So there you go. Cool. And let's talk Audius really quick since we're just talking about these things. Audius token up by over 90% following TikTok partnership. Audius TikTok integration has given a huge boost to decentralized music streaming platforms' native token audio. No one's exactly sure why, right? It's cool that they're with TikTok, but TikTok doesn't allow any promotion of tokens. So then you go, is this so that TikTok can pull a fast one? Like, I guess I'm not sure what the play is. Is TikTok a streaming platform? I mean, maybe that's what they're going to look to monetize that way, or add monetized streaming content, or a variety of things. But basically, TikTok is where groups of people in a real creepy way dance in very uncomfortable ways really fast. And they look like those old hillbillies, but like new hillbillies, but like all synchronized. And they glitch and all this kind of stuff, which I guess is cool. I feel like they should be, employed, but they're glitching. So good. Continues to glitch. Audio's price doubled in less than a day after decentralized streaming platform Audius teamed up with TikTok. The new feature allows Audius artists to bring their tracks to TikTok with just one click. This isn't really a partnership. This is just an integration. I don't know how that's, I guess that's cool if they're pushing people back to audio, right? If you click on the music and then it pushes you over to audio, that's an on-ramp for audio. And if it's an on-ramp for audio, your monthly average user would increase. And I guess the ad spend against that and all the ways that you monetize that cohort get easier. And then at some point that affects the token, I guess. The price of audio on the, you may wait a day or two and then you may skim this. This might be a sell the news type thing. I'm not going to mess with it because I already took profit, but this is probably a sell the news, unless they make a very clear way, unless they make a very clear argument of how this disincentivizes anything. We'll see. At the time of writing, audio was trading at around $3.32. It's $3.08 right now, according to crypto metric platforms Nomics. Notably, when the token's current price is roughly 30% away from its all-time high, recorded March 27th. The surge occurred after Audius announced a partnership with TikTok. Again, this doesn't sound like a partnership. This is an integration. This doesn't sound like a partnership. This is kind of like those partnerships that Link announces. They're like, Link has partnered with AT&T and Google. No, Link has paid for advertisements on Google, and they're paying for their office staff to have phones on AT&T. That's not a partnership any more than when you go and pay the valet. You and the valet, we've partnershipped up with the valet service. You mean you paid him $20 to park your crappy car? Yes, partnership. Okay, I guess in commerce, in barter. It gives its artists exposure to the social media platform, 732 million active monthly users. So good for Audius. I don't know if it does anything for, I don't think it does anything for TikTok. Do you go to TikTok for music? Does anybody here go, I need to go to TikTok to get that good music, that good? No, that's stupid. Candace, what's going on? And Tony, what's going on? Brandon, what up? We had some coffee this morning and we dodged sticky stew. That's what Brandon and I do. We have coffee and we dodge discussions of black and white television, pre-World War I history, and documentaries. That's what we do every morning, me and Brandon. I guess that's not grammatically correct. I'm supposed to say Brandon and I. The integration makes Audius one of the first partners of media giant SoundKit SDK, which enables creators and artists to seamlessly bring original sounds and music from third-party apps in the TikTok ecosystem. It sounds like what it allows people to do is seamlessly and in a royalty-free way steal music from third parties onto the TikTok ecosystem. Announcing TikTok integration. You can now share your tracks directly from Audius to TikTok. I guess that's good for artists on Audius that are trying to get discovered, because it's another way for their music to potentially pew. A Navy SEAL killing his wife. Well, either maybe he was a bad Navy SEAL, or maybe she just got really, really mean. Really mean. Like, what if the Navy SEAL killed his wife, but the reality is she was actually like a vampire demon Now, he can't prove that because he's killed her and the demon went on to somebody else, maybe even inside him. It's hard to say with these demons. But how would you prove that in court? She was a demon. Well, she looked very human. Yes, but at the time, she was a demon. She was crawling on the ceiling. I'm almost certain. There's no video. Okay. The new feature allows Audius artists to bring their tracks to TikTok so that users can easily add them to their videos. The workflow for getting songs into TikTok is fairly cumbersome today. To avoid it, some artists even resort to holding their phone, up to their laptop speakers to record the sound for TikTok. With the Audius integration, artists who have content on Audius are able to push it onto TikTok with one click. Okay, so that means a lot of artists will probably go set up TikTok accounts just because that makes it a lot easier to port over they'll set up Audius accounts to port to TikTok. So it becomes a workaround, but that seems more like a snafu. That seems more like a technical dislocation or friction. And I think that's a failing of TikTok, not a I mean, I guess it's kind of an Audius victory, but it seems like TikTok didn't know what they wanted to do with music integration, didn't have a clear and consistent path, and it wasn't one of their design concerns. Oh, surprising though that TikTok wasn't designed by geniuses, isn't it? Among the artists who've already joined Audius are popular musicians such as Skrillex, Deadmau5, the Stafford Brothers, 3Lau, Alina Baraz, and others. For many of them, it's not the first foray into the crypto world. For example, Deadmau5's been active in the non-fungible NFT space for the past months. Last December, he launched. Who cares? In another instance, they teamed up with Mythical Games as an NFT-centric free play to pre-play game Blankos Block Party. Never heard of it. Okay, cool. Yeah, so there we go. Succubus. That's funny. Okay, so there's them news. Let's go over to CoinMarket. Oh, let me see if there's anything other. So yeah, Audius is 301. Great. Rune is still doing fine, 79%. 1 inch is looking good. Okay. If you're looking at entering a position in AGIX, I think now is a good time. It pumped up to about 30 cents. It's backed off to about mid 26s. I'm telling you this as I do it. I'm adding AGIX right now. I'm starting to get that little uncomfortable feeling at night that I don't have enough AGIX, Singularity DAO, and Fetch. I bought Fetch yesterday. I added Fetch. I'm adding AGIX right now as we speak. I have an order in KuCoin, and Singularity DAO I'm adding through a variety of means and mechanisms. When AI and this chase for artificial general intelligence from where we are now, which is narrow AI, barely narrow AI, very dumb narrow AI. But as we transition towards something that looks like artificial general intelligence, which you could argue you can't actually get completely, you can't be completely general because that would require unlimited resources and unlimited energy and all these kind of things. But, you can get functional general intelligence, artificial general intelligence. Anyway, who's going to get that figured out? Probably it's going to be maybe all of them. AGIX through their AI marketplace, Singularity DAO through their Dynasets, which was shepherded under Singularity Net, which is AGIX. Fetch with all of their partnerships and all of the cool things they're doing with these autonomous economic agents. I don't know, man. I feel like a year from now to 18 months from now, people are going to look back and they're going to go, boy, did we miss that. Best mechanism for Singularity DAO. There's a couple. I don't know what the mechanism. What do you mean? I'm not sure. What does Fetch do? Land deals. That's a pretty big question. Go in the detail in the description of this video. There's a link for last week's videos on Money Map Press. We did a whole kind of a deep dive on AI, but Fetch is using these little AI bots. Well, they're going to employ them. They're autonomous economic agents, and it allows these little creatures to do what you would do, but better. And I think there's I think anybody that trades squiggly lines, that looks at charts, that doesn't need that, your days are numbered, period. Your job won't exist because robots will do it better. I don't care how creative you think you are. I don't care how you think, oh, I see something that the robots don't. No, you don't. You don't see dick. You got to be honest with yourself right now. If you want to, survive the next 5 years, AI is going to, when it's meaningfully employed, it's going to render most of the things that we do as ancient or prehistoric. Just done, gone, doesn't exist. If you trade, your days are over. If you read squiggly lines, your days are over. If you don't do something incredibly specific, technical, human, benevolent, productive, and creative, you're going to see what you do get replaced by robots that do it better, more efficiently, without emotion, 24 hours a day. You can't compete. So the way you compete is by investing in the space. Because once it happens, I think that's probably it. And I think most people are going to get left behind. Anyway, cool. Good luck. If you're a trader, good luck to you, sir. Okay. So I want exposure to these assets because I don't want to have to stress about what I do going away, because I know it's going to go away, because there's nothing I can do that an artificial general intelligence can't do way better, including being me. Pretty soon it'll be like, oh, I remember when they were human. I remember when the podcasts were human. I remember when we had to listen to them before they just injected right into our brain while we were sleeping and we just woke up with the knowledge. And then I remember before that when all trading ceased because robots do everything and they do real time. These autonomous economic agents, Dynasets, and these other algos do everything, and they just provide humans with material abundance. Either that or turn us all into Computronium and staples and paper clips. One or the other, or both. Anyway, I say, invest in Skynet. All right. So that's it. So that's where we are. Matrix AI network, the scam of all scams. Oh, it's down. Who saw that coming? Render is doing just fine. Actually, Render had a pretty good day, pretty good week and month. It was up quite high yesterday. Had a pretty good bump. It's down 4% today, but back off the 1%. Bitcoin's down. It's 3% down. No big deal. 33 on the week, 70 on the month, 740. So 7.5x on the year. Still pretty good. Render looks good. I am very long Render. I don't have a huge position, but I don't have any desire to skim it. It is a lottery ticket at this point, but to me, it's a lottery ticket with a lot of potential. New kind of network. Thank God it's started to come back up. I'm still way in the hole on this thing. I'm getting gutted. Still the worst decision I ever made. It is what it is. And even if this thing goes into profit, it doesn't matter if this makes me money, if I end up making currency units on it. NKN is still the worst decision I ever made because I didn't do the research. It doesn't matter if it accidentally turns out right. I was lazy and I kind of deserve to get punished on this. I hope I break even on it, because the second I break even, I'm out. Why? Because it's not a position I knew anything about. I will then research it and decide if I want to go back in. But it is a stark lesson in research. If you don't do research, if you have assets in your portfolio and you don't know what they are or know what they do, and you're taking other people's advice, use a dummy. Straight up. Because everybody here can go and do a little research. You've all got an extra 20 minutes to go research something that you're willing to trade hours of your life for. And that's what we're talking about. Don't do that. So, yeah, man. So let's switch gears for a second. Let's go and talk cognitive bias, shall we? Okay, let me find out. Which one are we doing today? Ooh, interesting. Let me skim down here. We are doing the swimmer's body illusion. Let me find it. Stop screen share. Share screen. I wish there was a quicker way. I wish you could load up screen shares in advance. You can't. Not yet. Come on, StreamYard people. Okay. Move this over here and we'll just read. Let's have a little fun. Okay. Swimmer's body illusion. Professional athletes have great bodies because they have superior genetics, rather than the fact that they train more extensively than the rest of us. It's like when you look at a bodybuilder, they just do steroids. Bro, they still have to lift the weight. They eat like a little pill. And then they go lift for 21 hours a day. And you're like, it's the steroids. No, it's not, man. You can sit at home on your couch and eat steroids. You're not going to look like those guys. We're likely to attribute success to things we have no control over so that we don't feel as bad about the fact that we are not sharing the same success. Oh, that guy got lucky. These guys got lucky. It's a scam. It's a this. It's a that. They just picked. They're throwing darts. And while sometimes that's true, you don't want to get in the habit of attributing success that other people experience to luck, to some kind of factor. Oh, they're lucky, or their dad's rich, or they have superior genetics, or this or that. Those are all ways of rationalizing your own failure to do research. That's all it is. Your own unwillingness to do a little work. And that you could unpack that and go further in that we all believe we deserve, we all believe we are entitled to this or that. We're entitled to success. That's just nonsensical. It's all part of that, right? And you know, then you get into the echo chamber, right? And you hear the same things, and yeah, man, those, ugh. And yeah, there are little examples here and there of idiots that get paid, that got stupid rich, but those are the exceptions. Now, the exceptions have been quite many during COVID, where people were punting onto really bad assets. But you know what? Most of those people that were punting into these YOLO stocks and stonks and all this crap, they got beat up. A very few people actually made money. Most people gave it right back. Look at the Safe Moon idiots that rode it all the way up and rode it all the way down. Dummies. Why? Because they don't know they own a Ponzi scheme. They just know that they own something called Safe Moon and that it went up real fast and went down real fast, you tards, because they don't know what they own. If they read into it, you're one page into the white paper and you go, oh, this is very clearly a Ponzi scheme. You guys know how Safe Moon works? You get rewarded when other people sell. You say, how do I get rewarded? For hodling. Because there's a 10% tax. When anybody sells the token, there's a 10% tax implied against it. And they spread out that tax to the hodlers. What does it do? Nothing. How does it make the world a better place? Doesn't. What does it do? Nothing. It does nothing. It's a Ponzi scheme. You own a Ponzi scheme. Now, if you'd read one page into the white paper, you would know that you own a Ponzi scheme. Instead of watching videos of people going, I'm rich, sucker, the blah, 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 Safe Moon, blah, blah. No. But did most people probably buy Safe Moon because of that weird Arab dude yelling he's rich? Probably. Is that Arab dude still rich, by the way, incidentally? No. He's no longer a millionaire. He gave it all back. He's a dummy. They're all dummies because they don't know what they have, right? So that's the outlier. So example, Yale has a reputation of being one of the top universities. Many highly successful people have been educated there. Does this mean that it's a good school? Perhaps Yale is mediocre and it simply recruits the most intelligent students. You have to do the research. You have to do the research, right? So don't ascribe luck to somebody else. Don't ascribe, and it's just a bad habit anyway, right? You need to take full responsibility for yourself. You really shouldn't be looking outwardly at all. I have a friend and she just does nothing but consumes. She consumes. She spends money. She buys stupid stuff. She watches reality television. That's all. That's all she does. Every now and then I'm like, what are you doing? You watch 8 hours of reality TV a day? That's not a thing. That's not a thing. Your outputs, your personal outputs are a reflection of your inputs. If your inputs are crap, your output is crap because that's what you surround yourself with. If your confirmation sphere is a bunch of dog crap, what do you think you're going to produce? What is your brain going to export? If your inputs are garbage, your outputs are garbage. So be very careful. And part of your outputs are a reflection of the way you assume the world is outside of you, the way you assume other people arrive at decisions, right? We're all just guessing what everybody else is guessing and all this kind of stuff. So this kind of alludes, the swimmer's body illusion really alludes to taking responsibility. And I think that's kind of one of the bigger So maybe we should just say the swimmer's body illusion, take responsibility, and then as an ancillary to that, make sure that your inputs, are reflect what you want your outputs to be, right? Are you reading? Are you studying? Are you listening to things that are interesting? It doesn't have to be like all you're doing is researching, right? But if you're going to input, garbage in, garbage out. That's right. Gigo. And if you are, taking on things that are interesting to you, that's fine. It doesn't have to be crypto crap. It doesn't have to be about making money. But then when someone else is willing to do that, is willing to work harder than you, they didn't get lucky. Someone says, oh, you got lucky. Bitch, I didn't get lucky. I just was willing to sacrifice so much of my time because I believe this is a very rare opportunity. This is our opportunity. And if we don't take advantage of it, it's gone. We're not going to get another one of these. There's not another at bat with crypto. If you miss this, it's over with. Your kids are going to miss this because they're not going to have the cognitive capacity to abstract why this is important. Most people will miss this. Again, because they're looking at the data, they won't be able to appropriately abstract what the future might look like from what you see right now. Not that we will, but we have a better chance because we're in it. We're neck deep in it. This is the best chance likely that you're going, and it might be the last best chance because when, not if, when AI comes, I keep trying to hammer this home so people pay attention. When this happens, when we achieve some level of artificial general intelligence, most of the things that you and I do no longer exist. And then we live in a society where a subsistence society where there's going to be some kind of, global basic income policy, food, this, that. I mean, there's going to be all sorts of magnificent changes. This may be crypto. Let me go back to my little list here. Stop screen, sharing. Let's go to here and let's take a look. So this may be the last chance that you have to make generational wealth, period. Like, not just like, for the next 30 years, 50 years, 100 years. This may be one of the last chances legally to make kind of generational wealth ever. And the way things are going right now. We live in a society that's that feels very entitled, that believes they're owed, that believes that they shouldn't have to actually work for stuff. They should be given stuff. And just, it doesn't take much to look around and see that the easy to sell parts of socialism, that part is being gobbled up by people that are lazy and entitled. And I'm not going to say millennials. It's not just millennials. Dude, it's everyone. It's freaking everyone. And so you have to go, I believe, you have to look at that and say, okay, what am I going to do over the next 3 years that's going to put me on a path different than all these other rubes? Because I don't think we get another chance. This is it. This is it. So, yeah, man. And look, don't take my word for it. Just go look around. Go do a bit of a dig. And I don't think, I also don't think that. I don't think we live in perilous times. I think we've got it a lot better than people did 40 years ago, 60 years ago, 100 years ago. Look, we live in great times. We have, most of us, first worlders, we have relative material abundance. We have a lot of safety nets in place, things like that. Now, it's not the same in other countries where life is not so good and there's all sorts of problems over there. But here, if you live in a first world environment, we don't really live in perilous times. We live in pretty easy times. But things could start to erode and get nasty, and you probably want to prepare yourself for that. So the best way to do it, it's kind of like the best revenge is good living. You don't have to make someone feel bad to feel good, right? Someone doesn't have to be poor for you to be successful. You can just be successful. And so I think too many people look outward. They're looking in the rearview mirror as opposed to out the front window. Well, there's a reason why the rearview mirror is this big and the windshield is like this big. So, yeah, man. It is a bunch of drama queens. God, this pronoun stuff is just ridiculous. Okay, how about this real quick? What would you guys agree to this? And I don't want to offend anybody. Actually, I really don't care if I offend you or not. If you're a plural pronoun, again, you've just become plural because you just decide that, the conventions and restrictions that biology has placed on you don't count. If you're plural, don't you think you should buy 2 tickets, 2 meals, 2 bus seats, 2 airplane seats? You should buy 2 if you're plural. Are you plural or are you not plural? If you're truly plural, yeah. See, us attack helicopter, we got to stick together. What is it, like a squadron? We're like a squadron. We have to squad up. Let's see, good day. The day of your daughter's wedding. That's funny. So yeah, I mean, just be open to being wrong. Manage your inputs. Try to do a little research. Don't own stuff that you don't understand. Don't recommend anything. Quit recommending crypto to people. Stop. People are like, you in crypto? Yeah. What should I buy? Nothing. If you're asking me what you should buy, you shouldn't be in crypto. You shouldn't be doing nothing. You should be learning how to learn. You should be back in school, most likely, high school or elementary school. Quit leveraging other people's opinions. Quit asking for advice. You don't want advice, right? You might want to find influences that shape your thinking, but quit asking people what you should do. If you're an adult and you're asking people what to do, you're not a freaking adult, right? Oh, he likes this, I'm going to like it. No, just because I like something or Jerry likes something or Alex Mashinsky likes something or any other talking idiots, Mike Novogratz, these other douchebags. None of us douchebags, I include myself as one of those douchebags. You should not do anything we do because we do it. You guys need to go out and do your own research. All we can do is maybe try to steer your thinking a little bit towards something that looks like critical thinking, something more game theoretical than not, something with a little bit more of a fair take on economics rather than just Keynesian or just Austrian or these modern monetary theory tards. Like a little bit of common sense goes so far. And that's why I say, if you ever get overwhelmed, reduce it to critical thinking. If you reduce your thinking to critical thinking and basic economics and basic math, you just find yourself being right more often than wrong. And unrelated side note, they're no longer going to produce the G-Wagon. I know a lot of you were worried about that. They're no longer producing the G-Wagon. If you can find a G-Wagon, especially an AMG, a 2021, which I doubt you can, get it. Get it now. That thing's going to be worth about 300, 350K. They're about 170K, plus you're going to pay about probably 40 to 50K over. We got a marble gray one about a month and a half ago. Marble gray, it's pimp. Marble gray, black and red interior, carbon fiber interior, on some 22-inch black, just pimp ass wheels. By the way, if you ever want to see our cars, you probably, a lot of people are like, these guys are full of crap. Go look at Drive LA. Matter of fact, I'm going to give a little plug. I can do that. It's my thing. We're not making any money. I'm going to give a little plug. Go to Instagram and check out at Drive, I think it's _LA. If you look up Drive LA, I think that's what it is, Drive LA. Anyway, it's something like that. Drive _LA or Drive LA or whatever. You'll see our cars. So there you go. So for anybody who wants, if you want mine, you can have mine for the meager price of 330 racks. That's my price, which is incidentally what we just paid for a Lamborghini Urus. That's a whole other conversation. Ugh. And then final question of the day. What do you think of talking heads about a bear market soon? There are no bear markets or bull markets because the crypto space is not a market. You have to have a market before you can have bull and bear markets. So I think whenever things go up, people talk about them going down. Of course, people are going to take profit. Those are normal vacillations in any. This is an expanding market that's not formed. We don't have a market to have bear and bull markets. Get that thinking out of your head. If you look very close, it's going to look like this. If you look far away, it's going to look like this, right? It's like when you look at the 20-year chart for Amazon stock. If you go real close, you're going to see bear and bull markets. If you back out, you see a straight upward line to the right, up and to the right. So again, a little bit of vision. Step back, go into the clouds and look back down on things. Things look a lot different. On the ground, they can look very kind of unforgiving and sketchy and dangerous. But from distance, you realize that the best act is nothing. The best decision is do nothing and just wait. If you buy quality assets and you know what they are, you're good to go. All right, I'm out of here. Stay out of trouble, stay in school. Don't do anything my poor insolvent drunk struggling on meth grandmother wouldn't do, which doesn't leave that much. And yes, she's smoking water again. Grandma.
Hey, this is the Prophet with Nick Black. It's time to chit chat. You know nothing about blockchain. We here to fix that. You want the news on the new stocks? This where you get that. So go and grab you a nice chair. It's time to sit back and talk to Prophet. Hey, you talking to the Prophet? Hey. We talking condos and nice clothes and driving Lambos. I remember them night codes, we couldn't stand those. We tried to drive on them high roads, but had to stay low. Now their solutions to hard bills we couldn't pay for. I talked to Profit to get some profit, we couldn't change the top. If it's a stock and I need a cop it, I wait for him to drop it. Ain't no option, let's get it poppin', we chillin' in the trap. I need some crypto, put it in my pocket, by any means I rock. This is the Prophet with Nick Black, it's time to chit chat. You know nothing about blockchain, we here to fix that. You want the news on the new stocks, this where you get that. So go and grab you a nice chair. It's time to sit back and talk to Prophet. Hey, you talking to the Prophet. Hey, you talking to the Prophet.
It's all fake news. It's phony stuff. It didn't happen.